What's up guys, 360 Beyblade here, and today we have another unboxing of Turbo Spryzen S4. And this is the Hasbro version of Takara Tomi's Ultimate Spriggan, at least for Turbo that is, Cho-Z Spriggan. Now, this is a balance type in the Slingshot format, and like its Cho-Z counterpart, it has a bunch of cool features. It's got Zeta Slingshot for the tip, it's got Zero Wall, and the Turbo Spryzen layer. That's enough of the parts. Here's a little bit of what the Slingshot can do. It has 3 in speed and 3 in power on both sides, so that's always useful. And then here are the stats for Turbo Spryzen. It has an attack of 9, burst rate of 2, defense of 4, weight of 8, agility of 3, and stamina of 4. So obviously this bay is going to be more attack heavy because it's in the Slingshot format. But there's not too much to be concerned about because Hasbro's done pretty well with all the Spriggans, so hopefully they do just as well with this one. But that's about enough of the box. And before we open it, if you guys are new to the channel or you enjoy this video, feel free to smash that like button, share it with your friends, and as always, subscribe. But now let's get right into opening this thing up. Okay, so here are all the parts laid out, and to help compare the Slingshot variation of Turbo Spryzen, I have my Cho-Z Spriggan to kind of compare it. Starting off, we have Zeta Slingshot. Now, Zeta was on the original Spryzen Requiem, but just quick disclaimer before getting too far into it. Obviously, just from a side view, Zeta Slingshot is definitely taller, and it doesn't have that dash driver spring. But, maybe it does. Now, the spring feels pretty loose. But, besides it being a bit taller and not having that improved spring, it has its 3 modes: attack, defense, and balance. But its Slingshot mode is actually probably, it takes place of its best mode, and that is pretty much replacing its defense mode. Now, I don't understand why they did this. It would have been a lot easier for them to just add a 4th tab, having that be Slingshot mode, but they chose to do defense, and I think in some cases it wasn't the best choice because I've used my Cho-Z Spriggan and Spryzen Requiem a lot, and I found that defense mode is by far the strongest mode for Spriggans in general. So, that's pretty much that. Next we have the disc and frame, and they are the same. The only thing that might be different is if this 0 disc is not 4-starred. And it is not. It is only 2-starred to where mine was 4, but the stars don't make that big of a difference. They're still the same parts. But it's cool that Hasbro actually did make the wall frame for Turbo Spryzen, and it's in a different type of plastic too, so definitely won't be mixing these up. And then we have the layers, which will probably have the biggest amount of changes to begin with. Obviously, this one has a bunch of stickers on it. This one does not. But the first thing to kind of see between them is, if you look to the Cho-Z one on the left, you can kind of see that this chip here, it's pretty easy to see. Meanwhile, with the one on the right, it's kind of foggy. The main reason is because with the TT version, this chip is actually metal and it's painted gold. Hasbro just removed the metal chip in general and made it a gold plastic, which I feel is kind of a downgrade since their Spryzen Requiem had a metal chip and so did their Legend Spryzen. But I'm not Hasbro. Maybe they had to do it for some reason. But it does seem to have everything else besides stickers. It's got the burst locks that you can just pull out, and I'll show it right here. Just pull it out, and you should be able to see that little tab in there. Yeah, you guys should see it. And here you go. Here's the QR code. I will have a separate video for this QR code later on, but if you guys want to pause and scan it now, you can. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much the main differences between these bays just by looking at them. And then the last major difference would be how its slopes are. Almost had teeth there. This isn't TT. Oh, that's why. So that has pretty tight teeth. I've known that for a while. It is in left spin, and its left spin slopes don't feel bad. Obviously, the modes are different, and to change it, all you have to do is grab the tool, take this little key here, fit it inside, and yeah. There it goes. There. Modes are changed. And now we will test the right rotation slopes. Maybe they're better. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Okay, they feel pretty good. Obviously, they won't feel super tight because it's got the burst locks for both spins. But I think it will end up being pretty good. And that'll do it for the unboxing. Now let's move into 2 test battles. Okay, so here is our stadium, and the opponents we will be putting it up against are Hasbro's Chozy Achilles and Hasbro's Spryzen Requiem. Kind of seeing how it does against the other version of the Turbo Bay and previous generation. So this should be fun. First battle. Ooh, strong hits. Even to lose a bit of stamina. They are both in slingshot mode. Oh, but Turbo Spryzen does pull off the win. Both bays getting their burst locks out. And Turbo Spryzen not moving at all. So, second battle. Turbo Spryzen taking to the rail. Oh, strong hit. Spryzen losing a bit of stamina, but will it be able to win? Oh! And with a burst finish, Turbo Spryzen takes the win. The score is 3-0. And now we'll move on to the generation being Turbo Spryzen against Spryzen Requiem. And I will change the mode this time. I'll go from Slingshot to... and we'll go Stamina. And Spryzen Requiem will be in defense. Nope. I'm gonna relaunch it. That was not a fair battle. Oh, Spryzen Requiem taken to the outside. Here comes Turbo, making quick use of the center. And it looks like Spryzen Requiem is starting to slow down. Might be a survivor finish. And there we go. Turbo Spryzen takes the first point by a survivor finish. And for the next battle, we will change it to attack mode. And we will have Spryzen Requiem be in its stamina mode. Turbo Spryzen takes to the outside. And here comes Spryzen Requiem in stamina. Oh! Oh! And just like that, it burst! Hasbro's Spryzen Requiem. It takes the game with a score of 3-0. So that is going to do it for the unboxing of Turbo Spryzen. Overall, it performed really well. Definitely did better than what I expected, actually being able to beat the Switch Strike Spryzen Requiem. And so, yeah, overall thoughts? This bay is a really good bay to pick up. So if you ever see this in your stores, definitely give it a pickup. It's going to be worth it because it never really moved in any of those battles. So, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, again, smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. But that's going to do it for now. I'm 360 Beyblade, and I'll see you guys next time.